month in 2023, and that video ended up becoming my most successful video ever. But a lot of things have changed since last year, and so I'm very happy to say that now I can redo this video 10 times better. And look, I know that me starting off this video by saying that I'm a millionaire might come across as a bit flashy or maybe even that I'm bragging, but at the same time, my financial status is kind of relevant information to you since this video is about making money. At this point, I've been running multiple online businesses for roughly 5 years, and between those businesses, I've now pulled in more than $6 million in total profit throughout my journey. And so I think it's pretty safe to say that I have a good idea of how to get to $10,000 per month because I got there myself more than 4 years ago. Hopefully, that builds a bit of rapport between you and I. Before we get into this video, I just want to tell you that we're not going to be talking about one business model and the 5 exact steps you need to take to make $10,000 per month with that one business model. Instead, I'm going to illustrate the different paths you can take in life to reach that 10K per month mark, and then you can evaluate based on your life choices and preferences. And one more important thing, to celebrate the success of last year's video, I'm going to send $1,000 on PayPal or the equivalent in Amazon products to your doorstep to the person who leaves the most inspiring comment below this video. On top of commenting, make sure that you're subscribed and that you've liked this video. Now with that said, let's get into it. I think it's very important by starting off at the most foundational level, and then we can evaluate the strength of our opportunities based on that. So let's play it safe and say you're working in a supermarket at minimum wage and you're making $15 per hour. Now, if you take that $15 and you multiply it by the amount of hours you'd have to work per month in a full-time position, you'd see that you'd be making around $2,000 per month. So a full-time minimum wage position at a supermarket like Walmart will make you around $2,000 per month. Now, that's only 20% of the way to the $10,000 per month mark. And not only would we like to make $10,000 per month, we'd also like to do it with freedom, so we could work from pretty much anywhere. And you definitely will not get that freedom by being stuck at the floor in Walmart. So personally, this option is not very appealing to me, but I'm very grateful that there are people doing it because without them, civilization would not work. All right, so if that's not for you, what can you do if you don't want to take on the risk of starting a business, but you still want to reach that $10,000 per month mark? Well, you can learn how to do a higher paid job, right? You can learn a pretty highly paid skill like coding, for example, at a decent level in 6 to 12 months. And the entry-level salary for a coder in the US is $90,000 per year. So if you divide that by the 12 months, we're already making $7,500 per month. And so now with this entry-level coding job, we're actually 75% of the way to that 10K a month mark. But we're still stuck working a 9 to 5 for a boss, and we're not really getting a profit share of the business. So it's not that much freedom if you ask me. Furthermore, you probably have to show up at the office every single day, so you don't have location freedom either. But once again, if you don't want too much responsibility or risk in life, this could really be a good option for you. I totally understand if someone would be more than happy making $7,500 a month, going to the office every day and doing something like coding. It could be a really nice lifestyle. You can live a pretty nice life with that kind of money. And furthermore, if you're passionate about this and you keep improving by studying more skills within the field of coding, you can grow in that position. And at a certain point, I'm sure your salary can grow to $150,000, $200,000, even $250,000 per year. Now, to most people, that's a lot of money. And so once again, if you're like me and you know you have that strong entrepreneur in your stomach and you want that location freedom and the ability to scale your business infinitely, well, then we got to look towards entrepreneurship. So let's break down what your options are. My first venture into online business was at the age of 16, where I had grown an Instagram account based on men's fashion to roughly 25 to 30,000 followers. Now, despite the fact that that's not a lot of followers, I was still making $100 per day by selling 2 to 3 shoutouts every single day. And so at the peak of this, I was actually making around $3,000 per month just from my phone at 16 years old by selling shoutouts on a men's fashion Instagram profile. So by sending messages every day on Instagram and selling shoutouts, I was making more than the minimum wage at Walmart at 16, just sending a couple messages from my phone, but I was not making anywhere near what you'd make with an entry-level coding job at $7,500. Granted, yes, at 16, making $3,000 per month just working from your phone, I cannot complain. It was very nice. But at a certain point, I got really bored of it because it was not very scalable. Maybe I could have grown it to $5,000 or even $10,000 per month if I'd really worked for it, but I was not really passionate about it and I couldn't see a big future in it. It was more sort of a good entry that I learned something from. More than anything, it opened up my eyes to the fact that online business was actually possible and that I could create my own path in life. That was definitely the most valuable lesson that I learned from doing that business.